Now, a couple major mistakes that people make. Number one, and I've said this before in other videos, all they do is they look at the premium for their current plan and say, look, premium is staying the same. I'm staying with my current plan. Bad idea, okay? Why do I say that? I've said this before in other videos. The premium is generally a distraction. They leave the premium alone, but yet under the hood, as in the copays, the deductibles, the co-insurance, the max out-of-pockets, the networks, the doctors in networks, the offices in networks, the hospitals in networks, the prescription coverages, all of it. A lot of that is changing. That's the problem. They distract everybody with the monthly premium and then meanwhile change a bunch of other things within the plan. Please do not get distracted by the premium and avoid all of the others. The internals of the plan are way more important than the premium. Don't get me wrong. Premium is important, but please do not be distracted by that. You got to review the whole plan, okay? That's number one. Number two is not reviewing your annual notice of change. Now, I've talked about this a few times. If you're on a Medicare Advantage plan or a Part D plan, you should have received your annual notice of change, otherwise known as ANOC, back in September. We talked about that a few times back in September. I've talked about it a couple times here in October, but you should have received that in September, okay? Your annual notice of change would highlight exactly what would be changing with your plan for the upcoming year. It can be very confusing. In fact, my parents are on Medicare Advantage plans, for example, okay? True story. My parents are on Medicare Advantage plans, so it's working for them right now, okay? Back in September, they got their annual notice of change. I was on the phone with my dad when he was reading through it. He was like losing his mind, okay? He was like freaking out. It was all these pages long, and he's like, they're raising this, they're lowering that, they're doing this, they're doing that. This plan doesn't work for us anymore. We need a new plan. This isn't good anymore. They love their plan for 2025. They hate their plan for 2026. Well, my point is, if they would have kept their plan, if they would not have reviewed their annual notice of change for 2026, they'd be locked into a bad plan. They changed their plan, by the way, okay? They did that right after annual enrollment here opened up. They connected with Chapter right there. On the Thursday after it opened up, on the 16th of October, they connected with Chapter, and they changed their plan, okay? But anyway, that's just where they're at now. But anyway, my point being is that they reviewed it, and sure enough, made some major changes not in their favor. Didn't work for them anymore. They got a new plan, okay?